Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I've got a couple of things to show you today, and then I've got a new die to show you which I haven't done anything with yet, but I will make samples and do full measurements on Monday because today is Glorious Friday. Welcome to the weekend. Right, so my first one, I grab my items. I used this set of Santa clothing that I got a few days ago that I didn't show you, and you get a little hat, you get a jacket, a belt and some trousers. And I also used this tag die, and I've still got my tape on there, and I used one of my smallest in-out rectangle dies, try and fit you all in there. And the reason that I use the tape, of course, is because I wanted to keep this centered for when I was cutting out my Dollar Tree foam and for when I was cutting out my cardstock. And I'll show you what I made. I made a little kind of closet, wardrobe closet, and I decorated the top there with tiny little holly leaves, and I used some glitter stickles for the berries. The background is holly paper, which I thought could mimic wallpaper. And then I used some gold foil, antique gold foil. If you see the colour there, it's that gold when it goes dingy and old, as the background. And then I used a hitch pin for the doorknob. So let's open it. And there is Santa's jacket inside the closet. Now this is an experimental card, and this door here is only attached using packing tape, and it works. So it's quite literally cutting your rectangle out of your tag or whatever other frame that you choose to use, using a piece of packing tape down the hinge to fasten it there on the back, using another small rectangle on the back there which hides the packing tape, which probably comes to about here underneath there, and then of course under there is fastened to the card, so you would never see that packing tape anyway, but it's lovely and flexible and it closes, and you can put that up on an easel. You can squish it down so that it's completely smooth inside there. But this is my experimental card, and I am going to be using this again and doing it a little better. But yes, it sticks in there and it opens, and there is Santa's jacket. And of course what I will be doing is figuring out some way that I can use a tiny little coat hanger, these are from AliExpress, to be able to hang up his coat and his trousers, and maybe hang his hat on a little loop from the doorknob there. So this is my experiment, and I just wanted to show you that because I was quite surprised that packing tape would work so well. So there you go. In the closet, close the closet. And of course it could be a front door. So there could be a real nice little character or a Santa or a reindeer behind the front door. So I'll show anybody how to do that. If you want a tutorial on making that, just leave me a message below. Okay, so that was my first one, and that was an experiment. And what I'll do is I'll open my closet door and measure Santa's coat. So Santa's coat is 2 inches, and I've got to add a little extra here because it's tucked underneath by, I would say, 2 inches. I would say it's a 2-inch square because his cuffs come out to here. So obviously on my next one I will make a bigger closet. So there you have it, my experiment and those dies. This is from one of those tag sets, and I can take my tape off now. This is from my in-out set, which I love. I've got the squares and the circles in that set because they just make real quick and easy cards. Now for my second one, I got new dies that I haven't shown you yet, and I used my rectangles, which are the tattered paper rectangles. I've got another one there, put that down. And another one, because you get 5 in the set. And I got this one. So this is a new die, and this is a Christmas stocking. And you get all the little pieces in here. Just take it out, because I've cut them apart. And you get, whoops, obviously you get the stocking, which I am going to measure for you. I'll just put that down there. And you get the little bow, which is what I used on all those cards yesterday. You get the heel and the toe of the stocking, which are those. And you get a little trim, and you get a candy cane. I didn't use the candy cane this time, but it's really sweet. And you also get a tiny little tag. So I'll measure the stocking for you, and those are all the little extras that come with it. So the stocking from the top of his loop to the tip of his toe is 4.5 inches. And then at its widest point is, ooh, when they're all wobbly like that, is 2 3/4 inches. So it's a lovely little size, and excuse my throat, and it's really cute because, as I say, you get the heel and the toe, so you can use different papers and do it whichever way you want. Here is a rough one that I cut out that I haven't put anything onto, just cut in stars, and you get the emboss mark for the heel and the toe, so it's easy to place there, and it's very easy to snip that with a pair of scissors, so you can change the colour of the cuff at the top of the little Christmas stocking. And this is what I made. So here it is, and I used a little bit of bling, and I used the bow, and this is all a Christmas paper pack from Tuesday morning. The little tag there, and I used one of my punches to punch out the 25 and pop it up there on that little tag. Did the heel and the toe in a different paper, and of course it's all on that decal edged die, and I used 3 of those. So that is the stocking that I used. Now a quick show of what I will be back with on Monday, and this is it, slowly moving it up through the camera because it's so big. This is a snow globe die, and I will link it below today, but I will be back on Monday with samples. So you have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.